Arrrr, I be Mike from Scoutadelic, and how do you play Fire in the Hole? Find out. Arrrr. I be Mike, and spice up your scouting this year by subscribing to the channel. Arrrr. If you haven't done so, there's tons of activities, games, silly things like this of me getting dressed up as something or other. But yeah, go on, give it a click, it's free to do so, and there are tons of activities out there. But today I'm going to teach you a really fun game to set up, which is called Fire in the Hole. You're going to need some items to set up. Firstly, you're going to need 16 buckets in total, okay? So that is really, you want a grid of 4 by 4, and usually the same size. If they're different sizes, there might be a problem, but hey, you know, we're scouts. We make things up, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want 16 of them. You also want 7 balls per group. So if you've got 4, or obviously 6s, or 4 patrols, or whatever, you need 7 balls for each of them. The idea being that you have in the middle of your hall, or wherever you're playing this, all your buckets, so 4 by 4, okay, in a nice little grid like that. And then you want a chair, so you want a chair like that, so they can stand on and throw the ball towards the buckets. So what they want to do is, one of the leaders is going to shout, "Fire in the hole!" And so one from each of the patrols is going to run all the way around clockwise, and they're going to get onto the chair and then throw one of the balls into the buckets. Now it's the ball that gets in first. So if 2 obviously collide, well, it's the one that stays in. If you don't have like sort of certain balls, you can try using bean bags, as long as they're the same colour, so that you can obviously see who's got what. The object of the game is for them to get 4 touching each other. So it could be that they get 4 in a line. So that one, that one, that one, and that one, that would get them 4, for example. Okay? Another way of doing it is if they get a square. Okay? So all 4 are touching each other. Or alternatively, they could have 3 across and 1 down. As long as all 4 are touching each other, so they connect up in some way, then they've won. If you don't have buckets, you can also draw a grid on the floor and then use like sort of bean bags to obviously make sure that when they hit the floor, they're going to stay exactly still, or objects that will do that. So if you throw them, they're not going to bounce off anywhere, they're actually going to land where you obviously plant them. Every so often, if a leader shouts, "There she blows," then each team must move around in a clockwise position. So it means that they're not used to being in the same location all the time, they're going to be spun around. Also, every so often, if you've got a black ball, then what the leader can do is throw the black ball from one of the 4 corners, so they're not cheating, and wherever that black ball lands, so it's the black cannonball, all the balls that are touching it will disappear. So, going back to here, so if the black cannonball hits here, okay, yeah, then this one would be knocked out, this one would be knocked out, and this one would be knocked out. So they get their balls back, but those are now free to do whatever anyone wishes to do so. If the groups use all 7 of their balls and they have none left, then when it's Fire in the Hole, they can run around and they can collect one of their balls back from in the middle. If they pick one out, that means that that space is now empty for other teams to throw in. So you've got to think outside the box and think. Also, eye patches are optional. They don't have to be worn. But come on, you so know you want to. Any excuse to dress up. I know you leaders. Just like with north, south, east and west and all that lot, I'm sure you'll come up with some weird and wacky new things. You know, for example, they have to do like a pirate jig when they like sort of go around. They have to do it backwards. All these different things. I'm sure you'll come up with some really cool ideas, and if so, leave the comments in below, because it would be nice that other leaders might get, oh, that's a good idea, I didn't think of doing that one, or shouting that one, and that means that they have to do it this way. But there we are, that's the basic simple game of Fire in the Hole. They've got to get 4 in either a line, in a square, or connecting each other, and they've got to be pirates. Arrrr. If you enjoyed this, then give it a like and share it around. Otherwise, I'll see you again soon. Hopefully without an eye patch. Again soon. Goodbye.